Beg TV, episode 60. 7, 6, 7, 6, 7. 6, 7. I don't even know what that means. Tuesday, where are the Tuesday boxers? I always wear the Tuesday pair on Tuesday. Snort. Can't do the stream without them. Wednesday? Are you kidding me? It's not Wednesday. Put that away. Saturday? Saturday? Who even put Saturday in the Tuesday spot? Snort. Where is it? I checked. Check it out. Full traditional African outfit, baby. You see this? I break this out every February. I celebrate Black History Month bigger than anybody. So obviously I can't be racist, right? I mean, come on. I'm drinking from a Black History Month mug. I got the poster. I got the... You think a racist would let something this black touch his lips? No way. No cream, no sugar. Pure. Tastes like equality. And to really honor Black History Month, I banned milk from the house completely. Check the fridge. No cartons. Just a sign. That's respect. Tired of pesky viewers calling you out? Introducing the Scam Wow, the first towel designed to wipe away anyone in chat who challenges your perfectly crafted narrative. Watch this. One swipe and poof, gone. Before, a wall of haters. After, get a pay pig. Duh. Huh? Just get a pay pig. Super easy.
Guys, again, please like the stream if you haven't, and please support it. I really need the stream to be a good stream. Yesterday, I had 2 streams that didn't do so well. Right now, we're around $100 to support. We got an hour left. It'd be great to get some more. I know the Virtual Boy stuff, sadly, there's not much I can do about that. I can't capture it, right? We could emulate it on PC later if you want. But this has been fun. You guys are suggesting games for me to check out, and I appreciate that. Let's get some support going for the stream. Okay? I'll be right back.
All right. I kind of messed up the intro there a little bit, but how's it going, guys? Now, I'm not your average DSP watcher. In fact, to be honest, I usually don't get the appeal of DSP, but he has done possibly the funniest thing that I think I've ever seen. It's so funny that I think it had to be a parody and he was doing it on purpose, but then people assure me that this is real and he's just so dented that he had no idea. Now, this is an ancient piece of technology. This is the Virtual Boy. Now, the Virtual Boy is... Well, we'll get into what the Virtual Boy is in just a second. Tyler Gray says the goggles, they do nothing. They actually, these ones don't, because they're not actually anything. They're just a pair of plastic things that hold your Switch or your... What is it, the Switch? I don't know. But basically, this is a virtual reality Nintendo system. And it doesn't have any way... Well, I mean, this is not true, actually. He could have, I guess, used his, like, couch casting or something. But he did an entire hour-long stream looking into the Virtual Boy. Nobody could see the screen. And he's just, I guess, radio broadcasting what's happening. It's like an entire new genre. We'll take a quick look. Let's have a look. So here's he playing some game. I got a bonus diamond
already. Currently, I have 26 hearts. I'm trying to dodge bats, but grab hearts. I got 39 hearts. So was that good or bad? I did a thumbs up.
Like, this is not like it's like a let's play, but it's like a me play, and you just have to believe him. What's happening on screen? You have to use your imagination. I know a lot of live streams are like second stream material. But what was he thinking?
And I jumped into the floor. I guess this is a way to get hearts. I don't know. Now it says coin game. I'm going to do the coin game. This says 3 chances. 3, 6, or 10 coins. We'll do 10 coins. Select. And there's 4 question marks. I'll hit this one.
Oh my goodness.
I got coins.
What do you mean hit this one? Which one? We don't know, Phil.
Coins and coins.
Oh,
I got 160 coins. Okay, so I gambled 10 coins and I got 160 in return.
He loves his gamble.
I'll do it again. I'll gamble 10.
It's like an audio book.
There's 4 question marks. I'll hit the one on the far left. And I got nothing. 0.
There you go. He got nothing, chat. Well, you know, like, without cheating, if you know the answer, don't tell anyone. How much do you think that this cost? Now, keep in mind, this is not a gaming system. This is a plastic holder that emulates what the Virtual Boy experience used to be. AG Biochemist says, I really need that money. I really do. I don't know. Like, I've never thought the need to cover DSP before. But this, I don't know. It's something so funny about this. There's something just so hilarious about this. And he's just so inept at doing this. $100? People are starting to get it. It's around $100. I think you guys are cheating. But he actually paid $150. That's the answer, because he got the express overnight shipping. Because you have to be subscribed to Nintendo Play to buy this in the first place. So he spent $100 dues on the product itself. And the product is, if you've ever used this thing before, where is it? Hold on a second. Where's this thing? So this is Google Cardboard. So Google Cardboard is like a poor man's virtual reality headset where you just fold some cardboard together and then you put your phone in this like thing here and you see it has these two different diopters for your eyes. And you just put it on. It's got a strap, which is something the Virtual Boy does not have. You put it on, and then you can like look around in virtual reality. And like YouTube has like 360 videos and things like that. This is free. Well, actually, you can see like the greasiness is there. That's from my forehead, because body grease or whatever. Oh no, how embarrassing! How very embarrassing. But this thing is free, or like basically no, it's like shipping. You just get them for free when Google was handing them out. That's why I had one for a very long time ago. But you know, you slip your phone in, and this is exactly what this product is. It's just a plastic box that holds the Wii U. Or the Switch, the Nintendo Switch. I don't know. I don't play these consoles. It's $100. It's $100 dues plus shipping, and then the subscription to the Nintendo live service. This is what he paid for. There is a fun little clip here where he doesn't even know how it works.
But I think this is a humongous rip-off. Can you not close it? No. Oh shit! It does close. Holy shit! It closes.
Can you not close this? No, I mean, I guess you can. Oh, this is too funny. Tiny Gray with a £2 says, no, Phil has more tools to ignore. Now Phil has more tools to ignore his wife. Yeah, that the AI slop thing that I was playing in the beginning, there's a whole segment about how the AI doesn't know what Cat looks like, but she's never on screen. But it is pretty entertaining. I'm actually just like shocked. My first time really looking at Dark Side Phil. Because this man... I mean, he doesn't like make no money. People lie to me and they tell me that he's out on the street, he's broke. He has enough people keep him going, perhaps just because they want to see where it goes. But I was shocked when I went to his channel and saw that his review for the Nintendo Switch, it has just 1,000 views after this morning. He has 226 or 229,000 live viewers. Now, the Virtual Boy, we'll give you a bit of a breakdown for the Virtual Boy, what it actually is, because I remember this when I was a child. But I never had one. I never played one. Let me know if you played one in the chat before. I'm out of curiosity. But the Virtual Boy is basically this old retro screen. It has the two, it has this stereoscopic vision, so you're able to look between the two things. Your eyes kind of cross, and you get a 360 view. I mean, it looks like this is the original one. This is what it looks like.
It just scrolls up saying it's Nintendo.
So it's just like this red, very low graphics, but kind of like that retro 3D, kind of cool, honestly. Like if the retro aspect for it. But I remember this is like Waterworld, I think. I remember people talking about this thing, and they said that there was a real concern that you would go blind if you use this product, because people are like, well, if you're staring into this red light for hours and hours on end, then it would surely destroy your vision. And I think this is what the modern one works like now. Like this is because it's not actually. I have to be careful because Nintendo is really, really, really aggressive with their copyright claims. But this is what the new version looks like. So it just plays on the Switch. It has two different screens, and then it crosses over. And then you kind of see this like red universe. But the funniest story that I always remember, and I think I've told even before the Virtual Boy is coming and making a comeback, is there was a kid, and he was playing on the Virtual Boy from dawn till dusk. And so he started off in the morning, and it's like a very bright day, warm summer day, but he wants to stay inside playing video games, and it's a complete covers your eyes. It's got these like cups, which I'm sure DSP will tell us about later. He was playing it until sundown. Then he took it off, and when he took it off, because it was bright on the inside, but because he hadn't turned off the lights after it getting dark, the kid literally took it off and thought he had been blind because he didn't realize how quickly it would get dark. And it was the funniest story. He's like running around the room with the lights turned off, thinking he can't see because he's just blind, and it's just because it's become dark. But I mean, to be honest, I think everyone kind of described this as a piece of trash. I think there was do I have this angry video game nerd? I think I had a video of him reviewing it. Did I still save this somewhere? I heard it. No, wait, that's Phil. Damn it, maybe I didn't save it. No, I'm giving away my tabs. Damn it, I thought wait, give me a quick look if I can find this for you. Because it's very funny, actually, I thought. Or is it the Irate Gamer? Irate Gamer or... It's the same channel, apparently. If I search for his Virtual Boy, I think I can find it real quick. But I'll only give you a second to see if I can find this. Come on. Find the video for it. Damn it, I was watching it just before. Damn it. Angry video. If anyone knows the video I'm talking about, just send it through to me. Very poor hardware. Yeah, they were really, really shit. The ad for it actually looks kind of cool. Like, I think I have the original ad. Did I just lose all my tabs? I swore that I had like a bunch of different Virtual Boy stuff. I must have got rid of it. Hold on a second. Let me check my other tabs for a second, chat. This is kind of like bad stream behavior. Did I actually get rid of them? God damn it. God, I have to play this. The original Virtual Boy ad. It's like so fun. It's so fun. Oh god damn it. Everything was I was tabulous, exactly. I'll play some DSP while we're waiting for you. We'll listen to the new DSP Virtual Boy is a scam, don't buy it. Thorough review. This was posted this morning or like a day ago or so. But this is 1.25. This is the first time I've actually watched a real DSP video without actually just watching a clip of it. Alright, he has got nothing saved. He was not prepared.
What is going on, everyone? Darkside Phil here with a special video, because today is a momentous occasion. Today is February 17th, 2026, and today is the relaunch of something that failed 30 years ago in the modern era. Now, how often do we have the opportunity to say, hey, something that literally died, failed, and no one wanted 30 years ago is back?
This is kind of very ironic that Phil's the one that's saying this as well.
Well, I guess we can at least name one occurrence today, because, ladies and gentlemen, today is the official release date of the Virtual Boy in the modern era. This is the Virtual Boy that you can purchase right now off of
Here it is. I found the ad. It's only 30 seconds. All right. We'll get back to Phil in a second. I'm actually kind of curious to see what his actual content is like. All right. This is the original Virtual Boy ad. It's actually kind of cool. Like, I'm not going to lie. This would probably trick me into buying it if I had money when I was a child, which I did not have.
It came from the third dimension. With its own brain. Its own voice. Its own legs.
This is pretty cool.
There's only one problem. It needs your eyes. Virtual Boy. See it now in...
Like, this is a pretty cool ad, honestly. It's like a tripod, it's walking around on its two legs, but I mean, this is a terrible design. I don't know why they didn't go with the strap. Because every virtual goggle that's ever been invented has had a strap. For some reason, they decided the legs was the wave of the future? Is that the voice? Is that the voice? Oh my goodness. This is a great ad. This is a perfect ad. Let's see DSP's ad for it, though.
Nintendo online store, as long as you are a current subscriber of a Nintendo online service. You have.
So this is the biggest scam, first of all. Like, Nintendo babies are like they pay so much money for everything. You can't even buy this without it being a subscriber to Nintendo Live. And then it's $100. All you need, like, you could literally 3D print or just get some cardboard and make your own one of these things. It is the stupidest thing that I have perhaps ever heard of.
Have to at least have the base level monthly subscription in order to be eligible to buy this baby. So
Definitely
here it is. It is $99.99
Happy
USD.
Ramadan, yeah.
And what I'd like to do is walk you through its features, show you how you use it, and basically tell you if it's worth the money or not. So here we go. So here,
There's no fucking way that this piece of plastic could be worth $150. We already know that.
it is. This is the Virtual Boy for the modern day. And you may say, whoa, it's actually pretty darn cool. It looks exactly like the original Virtual Boy. You're right. I even would go as far to say, I think Nintendo might have used the original molds, of Virtual Boy to remake this thing. There's only a few slight differences. Like, for example, I've noticed that instead of this using rubberized plastic like the original, it now uses a soft foam that's covered in cloth. And to be quite honest, it's actually more comfortable than the original. I know, because I actually tried the original back in the 90s at my local Blockbuster.
I mean, it clearly isn't more comfortable than the original, because he goes on when he's doing his hour-long review, when he's like, let's playing, but you can only have to just trust him what's happening on the screen. He talks about how uncomfortable this is and how inconvenient it is to have to, like, bend down. I think the idea was that you were lying on your stomach in the living room, and that's what, and you're like, you're up on your elbows or something. I think that's what they were going with it, but it doesn't make any fucking sense. Even in the, like, this is notorious for being a bad product. That's the thing. The legacy of the Virtual Boy is that it was so shit that nobody liked it, nobody remembered it, nobody wanted it, and that it possibly caused blindness. For some reason, they thought, oh, you know what? Let's re-release this, except we'll make it out of plastic. We won't put any hardware inside of it, and we'll charge these Nintendogs $100 for it because they're just stupid enough to buy it. And you know that Phil thought that this was like a good investment for the stream. He's like, well, he's going to put it down $100 to buy the Virtual Boy, which is not even a Virtual Boy. I'll play it once on stream. Everyone's going to love it. I'm going to make hundreds of dollars in return. Well, it didn't quite work out like that.
Video rental store. Everyone remember those? And this was a little uncomfortable after just a few minutes. It kind of got sweaty and didn't feel good on the skin. And by the way, rubberized plastic tends to wear out over time. This foam perhaps won't. as you can see, it has the same
100% of tax write-off. You can only write off taxes so much, though. Like, and you have to be making fairly a lot of profit. Like people are suggesting that DSP makes like about $100,000 a year or something, like a six-figure income. So you can only write off that amount. He writes off everything.
double eye, I guess, focus lenses that were on the original Virtual Boy. It's the same form factor. It weighs about the same. It seems to have the exact same kind of kickstand that you stand it on when you use it. And so you might say, what are the differences? I mean, take a look.
Well, it has
even
nothing
has
inside
ports
it.
on the bottom. Yeah, I'm not kidding. It actually has ports on the bottom. As you can see, there's your volume, there's your headphone jack, there's the expansion port, and the controller port. So
wait, hold on a second. Because the problem that DSP had, I mean, this
bottom,
looks,
as you can see,
this looks like a HDMI port. And he was claiming that it was impossible for him to share the HDMI, which I think is the case, because I think this is just there for show. I'm not sure, because the bottom of the switch comes through this thing here. Now, the funny thing is that like every time DSP goes live or anytime he makes any kind of content, there's like 1 million people that are like in the DSP in the DSP industrial complex that restream and rebroadcast and redub and re-edit his stuff. He's like, this is one of the key defining features of a lolcow, is that they seem to be the only ones that can't make very much money from their own livelihood of whatever they're doing. And everyone else is making a ton of fucking money. Everyone else that was restreaming his stream, which was just him looking into the space and describing what was happening, they all put like emulations of the Virtual Boy on the screen so people could actually see what was allegedly happening.
there's your volume, there's your headphone jack, there's the expansion port, and the controller port. So yeah, dang, it's close to the original. So how does it work? Well, here's how it works. First of all, it comes in this handy dandy box with a little visor window on the front. And you might say, ooh, that
It's a visor window. No, it's just so you can see what you're buying. DSP has some of the funniest unboxings. Like I said, I don't really watch that much DSP content, very few at all, but I have seen a few of them. And one of the funniest things that DSP ever did is he did an unboxing video for their Final Fantasy game when there was a fire alarm going on at the time. He didn't even open the box. It is the biggest grift, I think, perhaps in YouTube history.
that's nice, because let's say you wanted to get this and not use it all the time. You put it inside the storage box and still see it. Maybe put it into your collection for a viewable display, which is nice. However, as I've already mentioned, this is only available on the Nintendo Online Store, meaning you'll never see this on a retail store shelf. You'll never really need to see it in the box. So it is a little weird that they have a display window for something you can't buy at, say, GameStop or Walmart or something like that.
I mean, what does he mean by this, though? Because, like, he just said, like, this is nice if you're going to store it and add it to your collection. But the store's not a collection. That's where people go to buy shit.
Anyway,
Has he seen a box before?
as you're unboxing the
Yes.
guy, you might notice it doesn't really have anything else besides the Virtual Boy. And you might say, wait, what do you mean? There's nothing in there? There is one thing. There is a piece of plastic that's supposed to be an adapter that allows this Virtual Boy to be compatible both with the Nintendo Switch 2 and the Switch 1. That's right. This will work with either Switch no matter which one you have.
Wouldn't that just be a nothing piece of plastic? There's no tech inside this thing. There may be two, like on the Google cardboard. There might be like these little plastic things, just like the lenses, which help focus or whatever. That's it. It's just the Switch is actually just projecting two different screens that your eyes it's stereoscopic. So you cross your eyes or whatever and you can see it, but you don't just does it naturally.
Now that I said that, you might say, wait, what do you mean with the Switch 2? Isn't it just a Virtual Boy console that you can, buy games for, maybe download to and play? No. The modern Virtual Boy is not a standalone console whatsoever. Allow me to show you how you use it. You open it on a hinge, and you place your Nintendo Switch console inside of it.
It's just it literally is $100 piece of plastic. You couldn't make this up, and he had to get this directly. That's why it's like, yeah, it's priced at $100, but he had to get the expedient shipping. So I think I have the website. I had it here. If I didn't close all of my tabs, did I actually just close everything? Am I like? Oh, I guess I'm dented as well.
Nestled inside and aligned with the lenses. You then close it, and voila, you have what appears to be a Virtual Boy, but is actually running your Switch console. That's right. In order to access the Virtual Boy games, you need to have a Nintendo Online expansion pack subscription. That is, for the record...
these games were not like these treasured things that people have been wanting to play for a long time. And it's just like, oh, I wish I could go back and play the red Mario experience or the red golfing experience or the red water world. You have to own a Switch. You have to have the subscription. Then you have to buy the $100 piece of plastic. Nintendo has to be the perfect company for DSP because they grift about as much as he does.
The most expensive subscription plan that Nintendo offers for their online service, much more expensive than the base package that will give you, say, NES and Super NES games. This subscription will give you GameCube, Game Boy Advance, as well as now the Virtual Boy catalog. And so, if you already have it, you're in luck. You're going to get the
illustrious Virtual Boy catalog.
Virtual Boy games basically for free, but if you don't have it, you have to upgrade. It
yeah,
costs...
AM says you couldn't even play for 30 minutes without getting a headache. This is my understanding of it. It was such a bad product. And I swear to God that I heard someone in my childhood say that you would get blind from using this, but it was just kind of like the urban legend. But this is what the mothers were being told to each other in their like little hen sessions or whatever. And there was that story, like I said, about that kid who was playing it from dusk till dawn, which is so funny. Because he actually thought he was blind for a solid 30 minutes before he turned on the lights.
$50, that's 50 USD for 1 year, or you can pay monthly for a lot more than that. So, once you have the Nintendo Online subscription, you then boot up the Virtual Boy app.
I don't know how anyone says that DSP isn't hilarious. Like, he has to be doing this on purpose. I refuse to believe this is serious. It's all a work. We're all being tricked. This is so funny.
You put the Virtual Boy inside, the Switch inside of the Virtual Boy, close it up, and then you start gaming.
So this is the gaming experience. Oh, I did have this page open. There you go. $99 dues. I knew it was there somewhere. Some people have described the experience like this. I see Charlie Brown. He's standing by Snoopy. Snoopy sitting on a red doghouse. Yeah, he's giving a thumbs up. The sky's blue behind them. No clouds. Next slide. The Peanuts with a small TM behind the letter S. Oh, this is just too perfect. Was this an actual picture of DSP or did they make this? I don't know. The DSP trolls are so crafty, you never know. I assume that what are those things called? What are these things called? Fuck, I can't remember what these were called. I had one when I was a kid, though. I mean, every kid had one of these, obviously. I had the one with Big Bird for the Sesame Street. Good times, good times. Much better times.
Basically, what this thing does is uses two red lenses to focus on two completely separate video feeds on your Switch 2 screen and focus them into one spot, at least in your brain. So it creates a pseudo 3D effect. I tested this today live on stream, and I have some observations to make. Number one, it does work. I played a couple of games, and each game distinctly showed a 3D effect. Notably, when I played the Wario Land game, you could see things in the background and the foreground and in between that were actively seen.
That's how the 3D effect works. You can, yes, thank you for telling us about this illustrious third dimension DSP. There's a background, there's a foreground, there's a midground. Oh my goodness, say it ain't so.
To be different perspectives. The 3D effect works very well, and I'll even argue it works better now than it did in the 90s because the actual resolution of the games running on the Switch 2 is going to be better than what they were actually doing back in the 90s when the hardware was all contained inside of this actual unit.
I mean, I should hope so. The original, this is what it looks like now. It's like the resolution is better. I mean, this is kind of cool though. Like, it does have that kind of retro aesthetic that I kind of, you know, like that, like future retroism is what they used to call it, I think. That was kind of neat. But I should bloody well hope so.
So in reality, it actually looks a little better than it used to. However, one noticeable thing that I saw was that you can't really see the entirety of the screen. What I mean by that is that imagine that you're in an IMAX theater and you're like in the front row and you look up at the screen and it's just so...
First of all, I've actually never been to an IMAX movie now that I think about it. Second of all, only psychopaths sit in the front row at a theater. I remember when I was a child, I asked my parents once, could we sit in the front row because I thought that would be primo. But they were like, no, that's for retards. And I was like, why? And it's like, you'll understand when you're older. And they were right. Sitting in the front, there's even an episode of Seinfeld about how terrible it is to sit in the front row in a theater. But an IMAX theater? Come on now.
Surrounding you.
It's true,
you can't possibly see the edges of the screen.
There's an IMAX near me. I don't see the appeal of going to the big screen. It's like, it's already pretty big. My vision isn't impaired. I can see everything.
You're too close and the screen is too big. That's exactly what it feels like playing Virtual Boy. The edges of the screen will elude you, and if you're playing a game that uses them, you won't see them. I definitely noticed this at the menu selection when I was trying to select one of the 7 games that are available today at launch.
7 games for the low price of $150 plus subscription and tip to Nintendo.
couldn't see the right-hand side of the screen, so I couldn't really see the end of the golf logo or the end of the Telero Boxer logo. It just wasn't visible to me. So that may be a problem. However, for the couple games that I did try out today, it didn't seem to be too big of a deal. So how does it work? And
this is kind of funny though, because this actually means that it's an inferior product. Because you could 3D print or just cut cardboard out and make this yourself, but without having the plastic obscuring the side of the screen, so you could actually get a better experience. I guess enjoy it, Nintendo Bros.
is it comfortable? Well, I'm happy to report some positives. Number one, the 2 games that I played, which was Wario Land and Golf, both worked beautifully. They controlled well, didn't seem to have any problems at all. Everything was fine. In addition, this is pretty comfortable. Like, no exaggeration, putting it on and using it, I didn't get a headache.
It's like those 3D, it's like those old opera glasses with the stick. It's like, this is actually, yes, this is actually pretty, fuck, this is going on. Yes, this is actually pretty comfortable. And then he goes on the stream and he's just talking about how insufferable it is and how he has to put like his arms around it like he's holding a thin woman, unlike his wife, so that he can actually use the controller.
I didn't
Did he
seem
get
to have
sponsored?
any...
No, DSP has never been sponsored by, I think, anybody. Like, he is a toxic content through and through. I'm kind of surprised though, because he's like, he's a part of gaming history, despite the low amount of views he gets on a lot of his stuff.
Notable eye strain using it. And one of the things that I noticed in the 90s that was a problem, which was that your face would warm up inside of this visor that was blocking all the light around you, didn't really happen either. It was actually a relaxing experience until I moved. And when I say that, I mean, when I finally moved back, 2 things happened. Number one, boom, your eyes get exposed to white light so brightly because you've been staring at red and black the whole time that you instantly get blinded.
Yeah. I need that, like, you know, the flashbang effect where like the bright white. I can just swap one of my tabs for it. Like this, like, this is exactly what happens. This is not a good product. And he's like, oh, this is just, actually, you know what? This is actually pretty comfortable. I was playing for 20 minutes and then, my eyes. How could this not be the best review of all time? Like, he's like, wait until we actually get to some of the stream. I think I might just watch the whole thing. I feel like it'd be perfect if I was drinking. What a terrible time to give up alcohol as a hobby.
I started looking around. I looked at my monitor. Everything looked 2 to 3 times brighter than it should. And all the white light, particularly, stood out so bright. I was like blinking crazily, and my whole stream was laughing at me. Number 2.
I mean, how's that different from any stream, though? It's just business as usual. Now, I did hear that they're going to update. They're going to give a patch so you can change the color of the red light, and then you can make it either white, blue, or green. And this is actually a bad idea, because red is like the least invasive light source, and this is why they use red for, like, you know, like red alert or like the red flashing stick, you know, because when the lights go out and the emergency lights turn off because there's an actual power outage, your eyes have already adjusted to the darkness slightly. Like, using green is absolutely like monstrous. I remember when I was a child, my parents gave me an alarm clock as a birthday present, and it was a pretty fancy, like, radio alarm clock even. But it was unique because most alarm clocks have red lights in them. This one had green in it. Holy shit, I have never hated something more. The green light, like those green letters, are so bright, it was impossible to go to sleep. It was like having like 4K monitors turned on all around me. Green is the most cancerous light source if you're trying to, like, chill at night. It's like, I mean, it's basically as bad as blue light.
2, my neck immediately started to hurt me. Why? Well, think about it. To use the Virtual Boy, you can't just use it like this because there's no strap to hold it to your head. The Virtual Boy is used on a stand. And so the best way that
Phil needs a strap on. Like, this is a very bad, like, design choice, though. Like, I'm actually curious why Nintendo would remake this and not include some sort of strap, because every headset throughout the last, like, 30, 40 years has had a strap, with the exception of the Virtual Boy.
I figured out to use it.
Uncle Alert, yeah. I figured out how to work my camera again, so it's
to just
fine now.
stand it on the box it came with, have this box sit on my desk, and use it like this. The thing is, as you just saw, even if you scoot all the way up with an office chair under the thing, well, you still got to kind of lean forward to use it because of the angle. And because of that, when you're done leaning forward and you sit back, your neck tries to adjust and boom, you get neck pain.
This is like, I don't know how else to describe this. Like, this is a humiliation ritual. You have to use the box that it comes with and put it up on your desk. You got your 40-year-old dad gamers trying to relive their childhood. They're just like, first you put the Virtual Boy on top of the plastic box, the cardboard and plastic box it comes with. You put it on your desk, then you scoot up to it. But just don't move your neck a single inch, otherwise you're going to have permanent back pain. Like, I don't know. This is the match made in heaven, is all I can say. Like, this is just such an awful product, with possibly one of the funniest game reviewers ever, but not intentionally, obviously.
So even though it seems like they've improved upon the model from the original, it just doesn't seem like they've improved upon it that much, where it's still a comfortable experience. I wouldn't recommend using it for more than 30 minutes at a time unless you really have a strong neck or a better situation that's super ergonomic. I just don't see how most people are going to have that. I mean, I have the
any neck bros and any neck chads in chat that can play video games for more than 30 minutes. Like, if you tell someone like this is a pretty good gaming device, just don't play it for more than 30 minutes. Like maybe somebody that has a job would think, oh, okay, that sounds reasonable. Anyone that's actually played video games before is like, what do you mean 30 minutes? That's barely enough time to get past the loading screen on some of these things.
ideal setup to play it, and even I had neck pain. Okay? Now, even though I do think that this was more comfortable and it did work well, I do have some criticisms. Criticism number one, the controller.
All right, so everything he said so far, it's wonderful, okay? It's a perfect thing.
There is none. You just use whatever controller you normally use for the Switch, so your controller will be as good as whatever you normally use. However, I use the standard Joy-Cons, and where do you play it? You can't play it here because your face is here and there's no room. So
now I'm not a Switch gamer, but like, aren't the Joy-Cons like things like this? Like they're just like, you know, like cylinders with buttons and stuff on them. Can't you just hold them anywhere? Like, couldn't you just put them on your lap? I don't see the problem here. Like, you don't have to be like this. Like this, you don't have to be like the cliche gamer bro sort of thing. Like, I can see a lot of problems with this Virtual Boy, this new Virtual Boy. But where to hold the game, like the gamepad, doesn't seem to be one of them. Even the original accommodation, the ROM was an abomination. Yeah, it was pretty weird. But it doesn't use the original controller. It uses just whatever you have for the Switch. So it could be a peripheral that you bought, or just the default ones, which I assume, aren't they just like those stick ones like the Wii U had? I mean, I don't know.
end up having your arms behind the Virtual Boy holding the controller, and it just feels awkward. For example, have you ever played a
That's because he's never hugged somebody before. This is what it feels like to hug somebody.
video game with the TV in your face and your hands were behind the TV? Of course not. No one does that, but that's how you have to play the Virtual Boy. Number two, there's only 7 games available at launch. So the lineup, I believe, included pinball, golf.
Like, maybe I fundamentally cannot understand this problem because I've used like an FPV drone before. So I've had the goggles on and I've used the controller, and I've never had any problem. Now I know that there's the stand, but the legs are kind of like in a triangle. So I guess you could put your hands in the middle. I don't see the problem. Like, I think he's just making up excuses out of thin air, or in fat air in his case.
The Wario Land game, Telero Boxer, Red Alert, and Tetris. And there was one more game that was so bizarre because the entire front of it was written in Japanese, and then in a few words it said like IMAX, like IMAX or EMAX. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's a shooter, but you can't read it and you have no idea what the game is. So
what is
that's
this game?
The launch lineup for Virtual Boy. You might say, wait a minute, but what about some of the classics everyone remembers, like Mario Clash, which is actually a modernized version of the original Mario Brothers, where you're in a sewer throwing shells back and forth into a foreground and background, hitting crabs and stuff. It's not there. What about bowling? What about tennis? They're not there. I don't know why. If they have these 7 games, you would think they easily could have ported some of the other more common games. They're not available. Now, for the record, in the United States, the Virtual Boy only ever had 14 games, but worldwide, it had more than 20. So by the time that Nintendo's done with this app...
What do you mean, well, you mean in Japan? $100 bid for those illustrious 14 retro games that you don't even give a shit about. The golf game, oh my goodness. You guys ready to swing?
And slowly updating it, adding more games, maybe you'll have a wide library. But for now, 7 games is not a very good library whatsoever, especially because I played the golf game and I hated it. It just didn't really work. It was kind of a very outdated formula.
Yes.
Didn't really explain much.
Yes, this was a rejected piece of hardware that failed. I don't know why you thought you'd get excited about this. Why this would be the new face of gaming content. I mean, it kind of is the new face of gaming content because nobody's ever been so bold as to do an entire stream where you just describe everything. Like, I'm not joking. This is the stream. It's an hour of him staring into this goggles and describing things. We're going to take a look later, I think. I have to see part of it. It's so funny. Have you watched Phil's drunk phone call? I have not. I saw that when I was searching for Phil stuff, but I'm unaware of it. I mean, I'm aware of it, but I haven't seen it, no. Is it worth watching? Maybe we'll check that out.
I kept shooting to the left and I couldn't figure out why. Very, very convoluted and just not very fun. No, flip side of that, the Wario Land game is exceptionally good. It's a great Wario Land platformer for anyone who likes that style of old school 2D stuff. You're absolutely going to love it.
It's funny. Maybe we'll think about it.
After experimenting with this for about an hour today, what do I think? Well, I will say this. There's a couple positives. Number one, if you've never played the Virtual Boy before and you've never had a way to do it, for example, good luck actually finding a working Virtual Boy in 2026. These things...
I guarantee you I can find a working Virtual Boy in about 30 minutes. But I mean, in my situation, it's a little bit different because I specifically know where there is a retro gaming store that has a Virtual Boy that's in working condition. So in my position, I could actually find one very quickly, yes. But I guess I'm not the same as it. Sometimes I have to understand that.
Did not sell. I believe they sold under 1 million of them. Most places ended up destroying them or throwing them away. They wore out over time. As I said, this actually...
So this system was so bad. It's like E.T., where they had to bury them in a landfill. They're like, we made 1 million of them, but we just had to start destroying them. It's like, well, yeah, this is a great sales pitch, Nintendo. Let's remake this. But the thing is, there are people that are stupid enough to buy this, like Phil. So I guess, like, I say things like that, like, but then obviously Phil bought them, and there are people that are buying these because they're just dumb enough to eat up all the slop that these companies push out instead of making proper new games.
Would have worn out over time, so good luck finding one that's intact with a visor and everything that still works. You probably don't have access to playing it and getting the 3D effect. Now, the games of Virtual Boy have been emulated online forever, so you can easily play.
So there's no reason to buy this product whatsoever. You could just emulate them right now without paying $100.
Any of those for free, even in a browser, just by searching the internet. But if you want the true 3D experience, this is basically the only real viable way that you can do it. Good luck finding the original console working. So,
all right, how long can Nintendo get away with this? Unironically, forever. It doesn't matter. You know, there's like an old Nintendo hotel in Kyoto, so not too far away from me. Like, it used to be like the original Nintendo shop, like factory or, I guess, company headquarters. But I think they used to make pencils. Japanese companies are kind of weird. They kind of like make a lot of different products. But I'm pretty sure Nintendo started off making pencils and playing cards. But the original Nintendo headquarters was converted into a hotel. It's actually quite expensive to stay at. But I could go visit that, I suppose, if I gave any shit about Nintendo, which I do not. Although, I do like the original systems, obviously.
Oh, that's definitely a positive, I would argue. And I will also say that this unit looks pretty good. Like, it's pretty darn close to the original Virtual Boy when it comes to all of its bells and whistles and how it looks. But the thing is, it's not a real console. This is essentially a $100 plastic stand with 2 plastic red lenses in it. And in fact, Nintendo is selling another version of this, also on the Nintendo Online Store, for about $20 to $30, and all it is a cardboard box with the same 2 lenses inside.
That's what you could do!
So Nintendo is charging you a $70+ premium to get this replica Virtual Boy. Now,
so why did you buy it? There was a cheaper option. Just like I said. And if Nintendo's got Nintendo already has a cardboard edition of this. Actually, can we find it? Like, hold on, I had the shop open for a second. Where was it? Why can't I find it? Why is this like... Oh, here it is. Virtual Boy hardware. Exclusive. If this... let's have a look if we can actually see what it looks like. Would it just be here? This one? Okay, here we go. Like I said, you could just buy this. You could just make this, basically. It's just plastic with some lenses. Well, not plastics, cardboard. If Nintendo is pushing this out already, then that means all you need to do, if you want to actually try this, I mean, first of all, just emulate it on your desktop and you'll see how shit these games were. But you just need to wait for the pattern to come out on the internet in like 5 minutes. And then you just need a couple of these like eyepieces, which are very easy to get. That's all you have to do. I mean, you could even probably use the ones from the Google Cardboard.
Here's the thing. If you're a collector, maybe you'll love this. For me, I'm probably going to put this back here in my set and get some extra use out of it, so it's not just sitting around collecting dust. But outside of that...
That's the complete definition of collecting dust. You're going to put it in the background and use it as a prop. So it will be collecting dust.
The normal person is getting scammed. There's no reason to spend $100 on a piece of plastic with 2 lenses in it. In fact, this harkens back to the era of the Nintendo Labo. Does anyone remember that?
Yeah, I was actually going to mention that. Nintendo Labo was literally this cardboard to be fair, Nintendo Labo actually looked kind of fun and interesting. It was like one of the first instances of the Soy Boy meme, where you could make like these cardboard robots and then you could use like it with the Wii U. I'm not gonna. I actually think the Nintendo Labo looked pretty cool.
I do. It's when Nintendo attempted to sell cardboard for hundreds of dollars. I'm not exaggerating.
Well, now they've sold plastic for $100 and you bought it. I don't think he's very well to judge about this. Like the Labo actually seemed cool. Like, am I stupid or did people think the Labo looked cool? Hold on, I got to show you what the Labo is so you can actually judge me or not. Let me see, Nintendo Labo. The robot looked kind of fun. Like it was like these different things you could do. Like it was like this. It was like this. It was actually cardboard. Let's see if we can sneak past the copyright by using a thing. So you would cut out the cardboard pieces and you could make different things. Like you got like a little typewriter. There was like a little camera. This was like a walking thing, and like the controllers vibrated and it walked. Like I think this is actually pretty cool. Like obviously you get bored of it very quickly. But like at least there was something you could do with this, you know what I mean? Where was the robot? The robot was the one that people were beaming on the most, actually. So the robot one actually looks kind of cool. But there was so many like soy boy things of this one where it's like you had the robot pack and you're walking around. But this actually looks kind of cool. Like I think for kids they would really like this. The problem is I think it was like hundreds of dollars for cardboard and people were like shitting on them because of that. But at least it's something, right? Like you're actually making something. Actually, my friend, he was showing me, he has these cardboard like screws and 3D printed cardboard screws and like tools for cutting cardboard, which is actually pretty cool, which allows his kids to make these really cool like cardboard forts and stuff, which is a very, very neat thing. Like certainly when I was a kid, we didn't have this sort of technology.
Nintendo had a bunch of foldable cardboard that was intended to be an activity for your child that tied in with a game for the Switch, and they charged hundreds of dollars for these pieces of cardboard. It failed miserably. It was on clearance everywhere. No one bought it.
Wouldn't you just pick it up on clearance then? Like, I think it's a good idea. It's just it was overpriced.
This is only available on the Nintendo Online Store, making it a rare item. People bought the living crap out of this, and it sold out. They actually had to remanufacture it, make another wave of it, because the demand was so strong, and now it's available again. I wonder how many people have buyer's remorse today, because you spent $100 on a plastic stand with 2 plastic eyepieces in it.
I mean, so you got bait and switch by Nintendo. Like, congratulations.
That has absolutely no hardware in it whatsoever. Remember those ports that I mentioned down here that look pretty cool? That, oh, look, there's like a volume port, and there's the controller. These aren't real. They're flat. They look like ports. They're fake.
So I was right. This was fake. It's all fake. It's $100 for nothing.
So, essentially, it's a scam. What Nintendo is doing is making you feel like this is a big posterity movement. Like you can play the Virtual Boy again. We're bringing back the past, and this is a cool way to be a part of history. Essentially, what they're really doing is selling you something that probably costs $15 to manufacture, and they're charging you $100 for it, even though there's nothing inside that justifies that price point.
It's not even $15. The price point for this is probably like $2 worth of plastic, and then manufacturing in China or whatever. There's no way this didn't cost more than $5. This is a 20 times markup, and you bought it hook, line, and sinker. Hate it when people don't cover up the Shaw branding. I actually really hate this too. And this is very frustrating because I have a couple of those DJI portable microphones and they've got these big DJI branding on them. I'm going to paint them over with something or get some like electrical tape or something. I really hate it when there's all these like corporate brands on everything.
And you're paying out the nose.
Just want to be low key.
If you're absolutely desperate to say that you have played the Virtual Boy in 3D, by all means, if you're a collector and you have $100 to drop, go for it and buy the Virtual Boy right now on the Nintendo Online Store. But if you're a normal gamer, if you're a person who actually had this in the past, there's really no reason to spend that much money. It really is a scam because it's very deceptive. There's one key factor here that I haven't mentioned that's going to be very upsetting for most people. Allow me to explain. When you play the Virtual Boy games on your Nintendo Switch, there's one key difference between that and all of the other classic games available on the Switch. Remember, the Switch has a library of classic games including NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, Nintendo 64, GameCube, Game Boy, and Game Boy Advance. The difference is thus. When you play all those other games, you can play them in handheld mode, you can play them docked, you can capture them, you can stream them, you can make content with them. Guess what you can't do with Virtual Boy? Capture, stream, or make content. Why not?
It's the one thing that he could possibly get away with is if it's like, well, maybe if it has like capture card or if it has a, you know, HDMI out or something, you can't play it in the docked mode. Now, I think there was actually a way around this, but the one reason he got it for, to play it on stream and try and grift some money out of this thing and try and get like a return on his investment, is the one thing they can't do. Like, you say film most affected, it like literally is film most affected by this one detail. It's so funny. And he did no research about this, by the way, as well. That's the thing, is he slept on this purchase. He bought the expedient shipping so he could try and make it really quickly. And he did no research. He's like, what the fuck? None of this works? It's so funny.
Because
It's
the
such a
Virtual Boy
disaster.
app will not run when your Switch is docked. And the only way you can currently get video out of the Switch is when it's docked. Now, what if you buy an adapter? Well, guess what? When the Virtual Boy is plugged in here, it literally sits right here in this hole, and it's blocked from having anything plugged into its slot where you would use the adapter. Therefore, when the Virtual Boy app is open, you can never capture video from it, ever. For what reason?
Did they actually make this just to get Phil? That's my question.
Nintendo, for what reason? People are spending top dollar to get an accessory. They're then spending top dollar for the online service to access the Virtual Boy games. Why are you blocking people from capturing and streaming them? It makes no sense whatsoever. I just don't understand it, and there's literally no justification or rationalization for this besides Nintendo is kind of gatekeeping and is kind of greedy. They're overcharging for...
Oh, I mean, no, not really. The one reason you would say this is that if you weren't playing this without the different stereoscopic eye things, then it just looks like two different small screens and it would confuse people. And maybe they don't want to show that because it would look like a bad product, which it is. I mean, I'm not saying it isn't. But no, the reason why you can't play while it's docked makes a lot of sense, honestly, since you have to use the glasses to make it seem like it's proper intended format. Because it wouldn't work on a big TV, because it would be two different screens, right? Again, unless they have I guess they could have a different modded version where it's just the regular 2D format. But then again, why are you playing these games in the first place?
the accessory. They're overcharging for the online service. And then they're saying you can't capture or stream the games either. That's ridiculous, especially because you can access the games right now in a browser on an emulation site. That is just wild. So after all these factors considered, my verdict is this. There's probably about 1% of the gaming populace who will give a crap about Virtual Boy regardless. And out of that,
it's not even 1%. Like, there might be... How do I say this? There might be 20 people that are interested in playing these games. No exaggeration. I don't think people are, like, clamoring to play the Nintendo Boy Golf again, that they couldn't play for more than 30 minutes without getting a headache.
1%, there's probably 0.1% who will find enough value in a $100 piece of plastic that isn't actually a console that you can't capture from and can't do anything with except play the games. It's a scam. What Nintendo should have done was fully disclose this scam up front instead of doing a Nintendo Direct earlier this year where they touted the return of the Virtual Boy like it was some big special thing.
I watched that recent Nintendo Direct. It was absolute garbage. It's over. Like, there's no good games coming out. Gaming is dead. Put your faith in the indies. That's the only good things that are out there.
Should be excited that the past is coming back. It's one of their big initiatives for 2026. Buy the Virtual Boy accessory, play the games at home. Who would have thought you never could capture and stream them? Who would have thought there'd be nothing in that and it would be hollow and just a plastic stand?
This is actually not that surprising. Like, while Phil is trying to imply that this is the thing that's affecting him in particular and nobody else, Nintendo actually has a pretty big history of just being aggressive against streamers and gamers in general. In that you used to have to be an approved channel to even make any Nintendo content. They were going around copyright striking basically everything. They are one of the most litigious copyright strikers in the entire industry. And the fact that Phil didn't get copyright strike for anything is actually kind of surprising.
Certainly not me. Although if you read the fine print, yes, Nintendo does kind of formally disclose that that is just a stand. However, they never disclosed that there was no way to capture, stream, or make content with the Virtual Boy app. That was actually dishonest.
Why would they do that, though? Like, streamers are such a small fraction of the content creation platforms. And Nintendo retro games, I mean, maybe retro games, I could see that, you know, like the old Nintendo classics, you know, Goblins and Ghouls or whatever. But why would they ever bother for this? Like, nobody gives a shit about streamers, I'm afraid. It is what it is.
So once again, Nintendo has done it. And you might say, I don't get it. Why are they acting like this? Isn't this weird? Are they like trying to price out the common consumer? Like, who would want this, right? Do you want my honest opinion? I believe that Nintendo feels that they are Disney.
What?
What do I mean? Well, think of it this way.
What does he mean by that? No, they're not trying to price out contenders. They're trying to extract every dollar from an audience that is rabidly loyal for no reason whatsoever.
Disney believes that all of their IPs and all of their important product lines and storylines and characters are so important that you're willing to pay massive top dollar. In fact, the price of going to a Disneyland...
I mean, well, okay, that's actually a good point. They are doing that, and it is working.
And theme park recently has skyrocketed. The price to go on a Disneyland cruise, did you know those cost around $2,000 to $3,000 to go on a Disneyland cruise for a few days? And not everything is even included? Disney has basically said, we're a premium product, we're exclusive, you got to pay big if you want to be a part of the experience.
I can't believe Phil's just coming up with this now. Like, he missed the entire Star Wars Galaxy Edge saga, everything. Yes, of course. Disney adults are perplexing and they get grifted by their company and they deserve to have nothing. I hope that Disney takes all their money. I don't understand. So when I was seeing some of these Disney adult things, because we saw a few of these fatties walking around, going around and eating all the things. I don't understand how the Disney adult meta works, because isn't there a very limited amount of content? How many times when you watch a video about Disneyland, there's only so many rides, and maybe they come up with a new ride every year or so. So how does the Disney adult ecosystem even work? This is an actual question. Because if I was doing if I was making the content for me, I'd be like, well, I've done Splash Mountain. I guess I can't do that again. Do they just make the same video over and over and over again, and people just watch it? What did Disney adults do to me? I just don't like them. I just don't like them.
It's no longer a family-friendly, affordable endeavor. And I think Nintendo is actually attempting to follow suit. And before you say, well, what do you mean? Think of it this way. What has Nintendo been doing recently? They're turning all their IPs into movies, like Disney has done.
Huh?
They're starting to open theme parks of Mario and Donkey Kong, like Disney runs.
Huh?
So what's next? The Nintendo Cruise Line?
Universal?
I wouldn't be surprised. The way that Nintendo is going, they are trying to take products out of the hands of the common user, price them out to the point where they are just way exorbitantly expensive. They don't have much use, but hey, you're in the know, you're a collector, and you got the new Virtual Boy. Now you can show it off on stream, and that's what it is. Nintendo actually thinks you're going to pay.
What do you mean? What do you mean you can show it off on stream? You can't stream it. That's the point. This grand conspiracy that Nintendo is going to transform into a company that's going to extract as much dollars from its rabid fan base as possible. Wow, what a shocker. He's just figuring this out now. He's going. They're personally praying after the gaming streamer content creators like Phil. It's all about him.
Premium for everything they do, even if there's value or not, because they're no longer the affordable, family-friendly company. They are the premium, we are holier than thou, spend out the nose company for entertainment. This is the prime example of that. There is no reason for this to exist. If you can buy a cardboard...
That's the first true thing that he said. There is no reason for this thing to exist. I agree with him 100% there.
...box and put 2 lenses in it for 20 or 30 bucks, why did you buy this for 100? Because Nintendo fooled you. And before someone says, well, why did you spend it? Because I wanted to do this review. Because I'm able to expose this for what it is and show it to you and say, it's a scam. There's no reason for anyone to own this. This is not really a Virtual Boy. Sure, it's a cool collectible to put in your background. This is a scam. Just like a lot of other things.
It's not a cool collectible, though. It looks like dog shit.
That Nintendo has done, like the Labo and others. This is just a way to fool the consumer to impulse buy. This looks cool, and then it's not what they thought it was. I mean, the fact that you cannot make content with this thing is ludicrous. I can't do a single bit of gameplay of the Virtual Boy.
That's the only thing that he's mad about. Now, of course, there was people that created content with the Virtual Boy when it was first released. Actually, in fact, Tiny Gray says AGVN recorded Virtual Boy gameplay 20 years ago. I think we got that clip right. Somebody sent it to me. Maybe it was you. Also, press F in the chat. Jesse Jackson has died. How could this happen during Black History Month? What a disaster. Hold on, where is this? Here we go. The Virtual Boy review from... Oh, look at this. It's in 3x4. 16 years ago, they were able to make reviews about this. With duct tape. That's the only part I really wanted to watch about this. I think it was is it towards the end? I swear to God, there's a point in this where he wraps his head around, you can see, this is the game experience that people are playing. Oh boy, really exciting to play this. It's muted? No, I think it's just really quiet.
Awkward, and when you're in the outfield, it's like you need a microscope to see the players. It's such a strange sensation to be controlling sprites the size of ants.
So So
Can't see it.
here's the tennis game.
Now, the main thing that disappointed everybody right from the beginning was the fact that the games are all in red and black. Now, the original Game Boy was in black and white, or black and greenish yellow, whatever.
Oh,
but the
classic.
Virtual Boy was
Classic.
supposed to be cutting edge, so it was fair to expect it to be in color. What a letdown. Now, as for the game itself,
Yeah, here's the part. Here's the part. See, this is how I thought you were supposed to play it. Like on a tummy gaming. It's tummy time. You have to play this. I mean, it says it is for children. You know, speaking of for children, when we were talking about Next Taki yesterday, I made the very brave and true statement that anime is primarily for children, which it is. Some people have been very mad, have been DMing me backwards and forwards all day because of this. And here's a newsflash, characters. Anime is for children, okay? Your edgy berserk, that started in a children's manga, okay? All of it's for children, with some exception. It's like saying burgers is a gourmet food. No, burgers are fast food. You can have a gourmet burger, sure. But anime is for children. That's the way it be. Now, you can enjoy that. Like, you know, you can enjoy teenagers that are also children, though. That's the point. Now, you can enjoy children's content, like Toy Story is a really fantastic movie for the whole family, but it's aimed at children. Anyway, here's the point where he
the effect
it's so shit. We might take a look at this drunk DSP calling wings, but where's the let me have a look here. Oh wait, what is this? What is this? Throwback to September 2010 when DSP explains real life isn't really 3D. All right, what's this?
No one wants to sit around in their house wearing sunglasses. You ever
This is the first one, sorry. There's a 51 first.
You ever notice something that real life really isn't that much 3D? Like if someone throws a softball at you, do you really see this thing coming at you? Like no, you
Yes! Yes, you do. I mean, if you're fast enough.
see a 2D thing, you get hit in the fucking face. Real vision has depth perception to a point, but not to... You ever notice something?
He does look, you know, he looks like a Ralph. Like he's kind of very Ralph coded. It's kind of crazy. But yes, people can see baseballs coming towards them because there's professional baseball players that do this for a living.
That real life really isn't that much 3D. Like if someone throws a softball
What a statement. Like 3D, like real life ain't so 3D.
at you, do you really see this thing coming at you? Like no,
And what was
you
this
look
one?
like an asshole. No one wants to sit around in their house wearing sunglasses. You look like an asshole.
True, if you're wearing sunglasses inside, you do look like an asshole. Now, there was this very funny comment I found on the Kiwi Farms, and apparently, yes, having autism can affect depth perception. Now, there's no evidence to suggest that DSP is autistic, but this is very funny. Research indicates that difficulties with depth perception are more prevalent among individuals with autism disorder compared to the general population. Up to 80% of autistic individuals report distorted visual perception, with depth perception challenges becoming one of the most commonly reported issues. Is this true? There's no way. There's no way that this is true. Oh my goodness. All right, let's take a look at the actual stream. And then we might have a look at the drunk call on. Where would they put this? Oh, I did have this commercial loaded. All right, I'm just, I guess I'm losing my depth perception as well. This one, all right. So this is the actual stream. This is the actual stream. It's only got 800 views, which is a crime. I think the entire world needs to see this content. So he found a way to stream it, and he's gonna do the entire, well, the 20-minute warm-up, and then the 40 minutes playing the game exactly like this, describing the thing. Let's just take a look, shall we?
Okay, so now, all right, here we go. My eye exam begins. Let me move my mic a little bit so you can hear me. Okay, so my eye exam begins. Here we go. Press the A button. All right, cool. Oh boy. So, wow. Adjust IPD. Oh.
Let's see their pupil distance.
Oh God. So here's what I'm seeing. It's Mario Tennis. It's Mario and Luigi standing on your side of the court with their backs to you. And then in the background, you've got Donkey Kong and Yoshi. In the back.
Imagine, chat. You have Donkey Kong on the other side of the screen. No, I'm sorry. DSP is the funniest person ever, and this is all a work, and he's tricking everybody. This is the funniest thing that this is the funniest thing I think I've ever seen. Meat Bear says, this from a man who has hushed drunk conversations with a fat man, but is cucked by his cheating wife, and he doesn't actually love. I so enjoy this. Is this the phone call with Wings and DSP? We'll have to have a look at that after a few minutes of this. I don't know. I want to watch some of this. I want to see how far we can get. If I was drinking, I'd just be chugging. Like, this could be a perfect drinking game. So sad I chose this moment to stop drinking this year.
Background, also, there's the Mushroom Kingdom. And then there's a sign. It's
I mean,
got
I still
Lakitu
drank,
holding
but
a
just not
sign
as
that says
much.
Mario, Luigi, Yoshi, and Donkey, and their score. Okay?
Donkey who,
At the
Phil?
top of the screen, it says modify interpupillary distance, IPD, so the 3D visuals appear clearly. And by pressing left and right on the D-pad, it adjusts the IPD, or interpupillary distance. I know, this is crazy. So,
I'm gonna
the
mute
problem
myself
already, I can tell you, the only way that I can read the entirety of the screen is to have my face, like, crushed
Yes. you have
into
to
the
put
virtual
your-
boy. And even then, I can't see it all. Like, I'm not kidding. I have to look, like, move my head up and
Why is he telling us the option menus? He's doing a homage to Total Biscuit, obviously.
down to see the top and bottom of the screen. I can't actually just see the screen. It doesn't, like, no matter what, I can't see the entirety of the screen. It's kind of like being in an IMAX theater, but you can't see the whole IMAX screen. You have to move your head and look around. That's exactly what this is like right now. Okay? Okay.
Okay.
So, the interpupillary distance, I'm adjusting it right now. I think I might just leave it at default.
Oh my goodness. He did this
It
for
looks
40
fine
minutes.
to me. It's very odd. It's like, it definitely adjusts something, but now, like,
There's got to be some amazing moments.
certain
in
ones, it
this.
gets too blurry. If I go too far to the right, I can't read the text.
Holy shit. I wish I could see his chat right now.
If I go too far to the left,
This rat re-upload
looks
doesn't
clearer, but I
have
get a
his
headache.
chat thing on it.
yeah. Like, I went 10 to the left, and it looks very clear now, but already it's starting to bother my eyes. Like, seriously, it's starting to bother my eyes already. So, I don't know. All right, I'm going to go with this. I'm going to go with -5, okay, on the interpupillary
-5,
distance.
bro. All right, let's skip forward a little bit. Let's see what happens when he actually starts playing the game. Go to raw fill. Is that where do I have to go to the fill?
But like the
The
hearts
Phil
and
Clipper
coins and now
Industries?
my counters on those are going up. Because I lost my power up, I can't.
Yes, this went on
Yeah.
for an hour.
Yeah, this sucks. I can't break any blocks. I just got a key. The key was in the background.
Bing, bing, wahoo!
Looks like there was a hidden door behind a bunch of blocks in the background, but I can't break the blocks now because I don't have the power up anymore. So now I'm back in the foreground and I'm platforming over some bricks. Now I'm
Isn't this like the perfect game console for Phil though? Because you can just tell you that he's doing a really good job, but you have to believe him.
jumping across water. I just hit the lava and I died. There was lava, I fell in and I died. I'm
didn't have
back
to
at the
tell me
beginning of
with
the
that.
stage as if I had never played. Wow. I have to do the whole stage over from the start. No checkpoints whatsoever. Now I'm back trying to dodge.
I mean, is this actually genius though? Like, because a lot of people already treat YouTube as second screen content when they're doing something else. So maybe this is actually perfect. Because now you never have to switch to the tab that DSP is on.
the spike balls. Now I'm going to run through everything because now I know what the stage is. So I'm running. Got the coin again.
We're
I
moving
can't seem to
backwards. Like, we've gone from Let's Plays to Me Plays, and you just got to watch along.
kept all the hearts that I had earned, but I didn't keep any of the coins. I lost all the coins that I had earned.
Oh my god, this is so funny.
I'm just collecting a bunch of coins. I'm breaking blocks. I'm going to try to get back to that power-up that I had found.
That's right.
Here it is. So I got it. I got the power-up now.
Oh my god, this is the funniest thing.
Now what I'm going to try to do is get to that foreground, background jump. I'm going to see if I can break those blocks that had the hidden door. Okay, here it is. Okay, got a hidden heart.
This is very avant-garde,
Got some
streaming
coins.
yourself talking. Oh no, what happened? What happened? Stream back play area. Oh no, we're getting shut down. YouTube has been having some problems though. All right, let's see what happens
I'm
when he
just
takes off
collecting
the
a bunch
thing.
of coins. I'm breaking blocks. I'm going to try to get back to that
I'm
pop.
breaking the blocks, guys. You have to believe me. I'm doing very well at the game. Maybe I need this. Then nobody can call me out on my poor gameplay.
And it says that was the end of stage 1. It shows that there's 14 stages and then a boss, apparently. And there's mini bosses at levels 4, 8, and 12. Okay. So I guess what I'm going to do, I guess that's Wario.
If I had any sense of irony or talent, what I would have done is I would have set up my Google glasses, and then I'd be wearing this, and I'd be telling you what I was saying. I was like, all right, so Phil's putting on the Virtual Boy now. Okay, he's describing his gameplay. He said that he just hit the blocks. We could have been smart and actually made something out of this. Now that I'm thinking about this, like all this wasted potential.
Here we go. Create a suspend point. All right, so I'm creating a suspend point. Oh, man. Oh, God. Oh, my face. Oh. So how long did I play?
That was like 20 minutes.
Seriously, how long was that? Was that like...
This is like you coming out of the Matrix, like you wake up from a hungover. You're like, oh, where the fuck am I? What happened last night? Oh my god, what did I say?
5 minutes? 10 minutes? No lie, my eyes are bugging out like crazy right now. Like everything looks incredibly white and bright.
It's like the bug die mechanics. What's going on here?
I was just staring at red and black. And I can't even see, like I'm half blind. Seriously. The truth is,
$100, like Nintendo's are actual assholes. They charged $100 to torture people. They can't go more than 5-10 minutes without this causing actual physical pain and nausea.
I don't have a headache. I did not get a headache, okay? But my neck is a little strained from leaning forward to play it. And everything around me looks bizarre right now. Like the coloring and everything, you know? Like, oh my God, my eye.
Yeah, like, you know, when you wear like ski goggles and they like have that like red visor or whatever, and then you turn so you don't get snowblind. And everything looks really orange at first, and after 5 minutes it adjusts and everything looks normal. Then you take them off and everything is like super blue. It's like that. This is what happened. Like, this is why that story from that kid's childhood where he's playing it from dawn till dusk and he took them off and he thought he was like legit blind. It's happening again. It's so funny that even after like 30 years, people haven't learned that this is such a terrible product and they're still paying $100 for it.
These are just... Oh.
Should I buy like a Virtual Boy? Because like I said, I actually have... I can find an original Virtual Boy in my area. I think probably for not too bad of a price as well. Because it's like outside of the box and it's been used. Maybe I should actually go and experience it. Because I never experienced it. I just heard the tales of horror.
The screen. My screen right now looks so incredibly bright. Because I was staring at black and red only.
Suffer, Phil.
Okay. Let's do... I mean, obviously, this is not the most entertaining thing because I can't show you what I'm seeing. Could you hear the game in there when I was in there? I have it on max volume, so I hope you could at least hear some of it.
So he's also getting his ears
But I don't know how
blown
much
out.
you could hear. Everyone hated it. You could hear it. No, not really. You really couldn't. People are saying we could hear most of it, then people are saying you can't.
I'm sorry. I've said it, but this is one of the funniest things I think I've seen all year.
Yeah.
It's so good.
My
It's
neck
muted?
is killing me.
I don't think so. It's not muted.
It's just my neck. Actually, I do not have a headache. My eyes are okay, but they're bugging out, but my neck hurts.
Bug die mechanics.
Okay. So, Secret Rain did a $2 super chat, says Audible, Hollow Knight or God of War for Dear God. Huh?
Huh?
What?
All right, let's see if
I don't know what that means.
I want
And
to
then
see what happens when he goes back in. I want to see him go back in and then come back out of the trance again. The breaking out of the Virtual Boy Matrix is very funny to me. And then we might check out the drunk thing.
Oh, this sucks. I have to do very low power here to try to just get it near the flag. You have to do a very low power shot. There we go. Okay. I got it near the flag. It went past the flag. It's going way past the flag. It's going into the background. I hit it at such low power.
So
and
he's
it
playing
went
golf
so
now?
far. The ball went so far.
It's like a child explaining their game to their mum while she's like cooking or something. Mum, I hit the ball. It went so far. You have to. It's like, oh, that's great, honey. That's great.
God. Now I'm back on oh, this sucks, man. This is
no.
ass.
What a disaster.
Now I hit it low and it rolled back to me. It only moved 3 yards. I can't get the ball to move away from me. It's stuck on this hill. It only went 1 yard. I can't get the ball to move. It will not move. It's stuck on this hill and doesn't move.
I know this is very Neuromancer coded. So I was joking about this today. If you guys ever seen the title to the book Neuromancer, it's just a guy with like a headset on. I think they're making a movie out of that actually. Like maybe Phil is just ahead of the curve.
Now I clobbered the ball, and
This
it
could be the
finally is
future.
up
Like,
on
we're
the
all-
green.
we're
It's
all
right
playing
next
the
to the
virtual
flag
reality
now.
games.
This
This
is
is what
nice
everyone's gonna be
recovery.
like.
Shot was 19 yards. All right, so now we're going for a putt. All right,
I was going for the putt.
here we go. Straight shot. I'll do medium power. I putt, and it overshot the hole. It went over the hole, and it's on the other side of the green now. It completely went away from the hole.
What a disaster.
So now the flag is back in. That's great. Now we have to go back to the wedge.
Dear. Hold on. Let me just see what
And
happens
now
when he
I
takes off the
overshot,
headset.
and I'm going all the way down with this. I want to and now I overshot, and I'm going all the way down. All right. It's enough of this game. I'm done
I've never watched a Phil stream before. Is this like typically how long he plays a single game for? Like 30 minutes?
with this. Exiting VR mode. Yes, I want to close. How do I close? It says exiting VR mode, remove the console from the VR goggles, and then select close. So you can't even close the Virtual Boy app unless you remove your Switch 2 from the console.
Yeah, just turn it off.
Okay?
What are you worried about?
All right. So that's the Virtual Boy. That's what your experience will be like, playing the Virtual Boy with your Switch 2 console. So I'll take it out here.
Wait, he's got a silver ring? Don't people get gold rings for their marriage? Is this a trick of the light? Because sometimes sometimes gold looks silver. Did he actually buy a silver ring for his wedding ring? Is this the deepest Phil lore? Can somebody tell me about this? Or is it just the lighting?
What I'm actually seeing, which is kind of fascinating.
Is it Paul's ring?
Is that
it's too big for him too. It looks like it's misfitting.
It's actually not red. The screen is white.
Platinum,
so what it
maybe.
is you have these red lenses on, and that's what makes it look like red and black. The actual console itself is all white text. Okay? So, okay, now they want me to how do I close? Close. Close.
All right, where's
Close.
this drunk stream? What do I have to find this? Do I just look for drunk DSP Phil?
I can't select close. I can't close it. It says I had to touch it on the screen. There was no menu option to do it. I had to touch it on the screen to close it. It still thinks I'm playing it, though, even though I did close it. It says playing, so I'm just going to close the...
All right,
They
what
showed
is it?
like statistics.
All
And
right,
I'm
this
reading
it?
it. I'm like,
All right. We'll watch a little bit of this for the Phil stuff. There's also something I was going to do today, but I think maybe I'll save it for another day. All right. Here it is. Here's the drunk thing. I found this really weird. Like, I posted this in the Discord before we get into the rest of the Phil content. I was looking for some weird body cams, and I found this one. It's kind of crazy. It's like this disturbing fraternity hazing thing. And there's just a bunch of, like, shirtless boys in a basement. And the police... This is on police body cam. I think we'll save this for a time when, like, I can bring on Max and we can talk about this. Because this one's pretty fucking strange. Because this is an actual body cam. And there's just a bunch of shirtless dudes in a basement.
What's going on? Anyone?
We might check that out another time, not today. All right. This is the Phil drunk
you
calling
doing, man?
DSP.
no, I
Tell me the good
subscribe to
point.
you,
Tell me
and
the
randomly,
good
every once in a while,
timestamps.
I'll click on your stream if I see it live. And tonight I saw Arc Raiders. I was like, what the hell? He's playing Arc Raiders? Like, he never plays Arc Raiders.
All right. So the categories are Wings trolled in game, therapy self-care segment, saving money. DSP is winning. DSP is the most pay-pigged person. We'll have to check that out. Life coach segment. Phil, we have to check that out. Phil cries about COD. Have to check that out. Wings keeping it real talk. Getting a job. Crying about trolls. She's not fat anymore. I guess that's Kat. Kat is in bed with Phil right now. More job talk. The legacy of Darkside Phil. Kat wakes up and she's mad. We have to see that. I'll listen to the intro, then I think I'm going to skip to the DSP as the most paid pigs.
So I clicked on it to see what you were doing. And immediately these guys are like talking detractor memes to you. I don't know if you realized that.
I don't-
or not. Did you even know what they were saying?
I did not. Is that otter shit? What is that?
The
No,
detractor memes.
so I know they were talking about like otter shit. I have no idea what that is, but they were doing that countdown stuff, like a 13 or 14, 13, 12, whatever the fuck that is, like a countdown stuff. And the second they did that, I was like, that's a detractor meme that this guy
Yeah.
gets hit with all the time. And then I'm listening to what they're saying, and they're talking about otters. I'm like, this is not like,
What is the otters though? Like I'm not down on the DSP law. Let's switch to the DSP is the most pay pigged person.
right? And then they don't care, and they leave. And a few years ago, someone sent me an article. Darkside Phil is the most well-supported guy on Twitch, and I was like, what? What are you talking about? And then I read the article, and it was like, you know, in scale of how many views and subs Phil has, he has people who support him more than the average person, and they showed like statistics. And I'm reading it, I'm like, it was wrong, but still, it was kind of right. Like, yes, my people who watch me all the time and like my content support me more than the average viewer who will just join someone and be like, I'm just here to watch and I'm out of here.
This is true though, because DSP, like, Everyone tells me that DSP's broke, but it seems like he's at least earning about $8,000 to $9,000 a month, which does put him into the six-figure, like 100K or higher range, which is pretty good for playing video games, to be honest. So I was like kind of wondering about like all the DSP, like is it just that the people are actually just dented or something? Seeing his Virtual Boy video though, I think I'm starting to get it. It's been taking me a while though. But there is like DSP not only has people that support him, he also has the detractors that will support him so that he keeps going and making content. They want to keep the content farm going, but they have to give him just enough. They have to keep that carrot just a little bit further away so that he has to keep on the treadmill for it constantly.
And that's really what we have to find. Guys like us who've been around for so long, we're never going to blow up. Dude, I'm telling you right now. I told you in the interview in October, I'm telling you again. We're not going to blow up for a good reason. There's no way we can blow up for a good reason. Too many people think we're jerks, think we're assholes, think we're the scum of the earth. We have to find a way to appeal to a small crowd who actually like us for who we are and see through the bullshit and just make content we love. And that is how we're going to find success.
You know, it might surprise you, but actually a lot of beggars like on the street earn quite a bit of money. You'd be surprised how much money you make begging every day. I mean, I don't know from experience, but I've heard that there are a lot of people that are making quite a bit of money by pretending to be poor. I mean, a lot of YouTubers as well, but like actual people on the street. With DSP and Geordie in particular, like didn't Geordie have like a bit of a redemption arc like after he punched out Boogie? And he should be making a lot of money from the Lolcal podcast if he was a part owner, but did he sell part of his ownership or something? Because I don't know how it happened, because the Lolcal podcast is not entertaining. It's not real. It's all fake scripted drama. But it gets a lot of support. So there's obviously a crowd out there that do want to see this and will pay a lot of money just to have their, I guess they're just paying to throw peanuts at these circus animals. But the money is there. They just don't know how to actualize it and use it for their own gain.
And I think you can do it because I'm finding that now. I'm changing my methodology. I'm playing more indie games. I'm doing a variety of content. I know you can do it. In fact, you know what? I'm going to say this publicly because everyone's listening to this. I know you can do it. It's just tough because you're going to have so much against you. You're going to have so many people saying you can't do it because, oh, look at all these failures that Jordy has had in the past. No, you can do it, dude. I know you can. I have confidence in you that you can do it. Like, I've just found the way to do it. But it's not going to be playing a game you know you hate, having these assholes join your party, and dumping the N-word, you know, and that's not your fault. But
what do they mean by that? Dumping the what? What could he mean? I listened to the live coach segment.
They will use it against me hard, even though there's entire videos on YouTube.
No,
where
this isn't true.
YouTube.
Jordy doesn't do DoorDash. Come on now. I don't believe he's going around doing DoorDash. Not when the Lolcal podcast is making $10,000 an episode.
Has movies hosted on their website that they'll ban you for. I don't know.
Right. That's right. And they're doing it on purpose. That was 100% when I saw you were playing that game. I was like, he needs to make some bucks tonight. And I get why he's doing it. And the second I heard these guys talking, I was like, oh no.
I don't like to mislead people at all. Like I have a lot of the local money still. I have a lot of it. And I have a lot of it invested, but like I invested everything into things like CDs and like Roth IRAs and things like that.
Holy shit. Did Wings actually get away with it? He got a bunch of money from Lolcal Live and he invested into actual investments and not losing it on Bitcoin and other garbage. I mean, I like Bitcoin, but like, you know, Boogie lost all of his money in cryptocurrency, but I think he spent it on Dogecoin or something crazy. This is crazy though. I'm actually shocked to hear that he made like a proper financial investment that'll keep him sustained for multiple years to come. This is good news. I like Geordie. He seems to be the okay one. I liked it when he beat up Boogie, at least.
And I can't touch it, right? I have my 6-month emergency fund, and I have what's in my checking account. And I try to balance my life around making a certain amount of money every month to make sure I can put money away for my retirement, emergency funds, and pay my
whoever is recording this with their screen. By the way, you can screen record in landscape on your phones if you really want to. Phil invests in Copium mines,
bills, right, and still live like
in Congo
comfortably. So that's my goal. Like I tell people like, don't give me your last dollar. I'll figure me out.
Right.
It's good advice.
But like, but like you're saying we can't blow up. And my goal is not to blow up. My goal is just to be sustainable. Right. Like
you don't need that many people on YouTube to be sustainable though. If you have about 1,000 people that support and care about you, you can absolutely make it work.
Not looking to be Burnt Peanut with 75,000 users making, you know,
Wings said that he wanted to lower the age of consent to 12. Well, I can't co-sign that. If that's true, that's disgusting. But I need to see the context of that. Like maybe he was just joking or something. A lot of people take like these lolcows out of context, and I'd have to see how he said it. If he actually said that and believe in that, then fuck him.
$1,000 a month, right? Would it be nice? Yeah, anybody would want that. But at the same time, there's a lot of responsibility when you got the fucking golden scepter that, you know, a lot of people don't understand either, right? Because like Burnt Peanut, any kind he says something wrong, it's going to be the end of his career. Like Dr. Disrespect
Not really.
is a bad.
Burnt Peanut is so large at this point that he will always have a group of people that are supporting him. Even if he, like, it doesn't matter. Even if he says something really terrible, there'll be people that his fan base is so large. There will be enough people that will support him for doing terrible things inside of their base. We've seen this pattern many, many a times.
Example of that, but it's an example of that, right? Because he used to be the guy with the golden scepter.
Right. So here's the thing. I feel like you can succeed. I do.
All right, let's see
it's not gonna be
getting a job. I want to see about this.
I understand
And
that.
that's the reason I'm trying to
totally
lose weight
understand
right now. It's like I want the weight to come off so I can go get a fucking job.
For
Jordy
me,
W?
right now, everyone says go get a job. I'm like, well, you're retarded because if I get a job, I'm going to make way less than I'm making right now. You're an idiot. But I could walk out of my door right now and go apply for a ton of jobs, and I get
No,
them.
we didn't. What are you talking about? I guess you're just joking. But PewDiePie did just fine after. Like PewDiePie still makes a pretty good amount of money on YouTube, and he's basically just playing life on easy mode now. He puts out one video about whatever he wants. Still doing very well. All right, you turned off your sarcasm filter. Fine. I thought you were being sarcastic in the first place.
Because I'm 175 pounds. You can't do that, and I get that. All right, I totally get that.
DSP is lighter than me? That's kind of crazy.
And that's something that's a huge added
Well,
weight.
there's also the other weight of like, and you have this too. No matter what job you get, if somebody notices you, you've lost that job the day that somebody notices you.
You're going
That's
to
right.
carry that gun.
And these people will never let us get a normal job. If they can find out where we work, they're going to try to mess with us because that's another win for them. That's another video for them. That's another, adrenaline or endorphin, another endorphin rush for them that they hurt someone on the internet that everyone hates, right? Yeah, I hear you, dude. I totally hear that. All right. So here's the thing. You cannot get an in-person job. And I've heard you say stuff like, "Oh, I'll get an IRL job." You say you do gig work. I bet you help your wife doing gig work. You don't do gig work yourself. You help your wife doing gig work. I get that.
No,
right? Is that
no,
true?
that's not true. Like I do gig work, and sometimes we do it together, but like I do it myself. Like I don't
believe
physically
this.
capable of driving a car and like getting in and out of a car. Like because you're sitting down most of the job. Like
I feel like he has to be lying.
Okay.
You go to Walmart and they put the groceries in the back seat, and you just drive and put the groceries on the porch.
That's good to hear. I'm actually happy to hear that you can at least do something.
And I do
Because-
that. I do that more as just to be active because I hate this.
I doubt, dude, to be honest, I doubt that you could do it enough to make a ton of money, right?
It makes money, but it's not something you'd live off of. I'd hate to live off of it. But like
I've
the way
I
I
researched it a little bit.
the way I
about
do
the whole-
gig
the
way I
whole
do gig work
and stuff.
is like I'd usually try to keep $5,000 floating. And if I need to
Mhm.
borrow money, like for example, like land taxes came up just recently, right? I had car insurance and land taxes come up. That was like $3,600, right? I pulled it from my DoorDash fund, and now I'm going to pay myself back. So I start paying myself $300 a month back to that, and I also start dashing or whatever.
Wait a second. Is this a form of money laundering? Like, I'm trying to figure out why he would do this. Because surely he would make more money streaming than he would do DoorDashing. DoorDashing does not make that much money. But he's keeping like $5,000 in his DoorDash account, but not cashing it out. And then when he needs it as an emergency fund, that's retarded. I mean, maybe he just is retarded. I suppose I don't know much about Wings either. He hates streaming. That's true, I suppose. But like, this almost sounds like tax evasion. It's like you're just keeping money somewhere where it doesn't hit your account until you actually need it. I mean, some people do this though. They keep money in these odd places, so it makes it harder for them to reach. Like alcoholics, when they put like the whiskey behind like a really tall shelf, they need a ladder to get to or something. You know, that extra barrier is supposed to save you or prevent you from doing it.
Again, still I get that $5,000 back. So instead of like borrowing it from a credit card or anything other place, that's the way I do it.
Right. That's smart. I'm actually happy to hear that you can
It's
do
not
this stuff,
smart, but it's
because
interesting.
You have to understand, you say that on stream and you never elaborate, and your haters are crazy about, oh, he made it up, or, oh, that's just Kelly doing it, or whatever. So that's good to get that out there. I'm glad to hear that you're actually getting out and doing other stuff than just streaming. and that you're capable of doing it. But
I don't know, like there's already so much reading I have to do. For just following a couple of lolcows, if they have any semi-active Kiwi Farms thread, it's so much reading. Then again, I guess Turkey Tom gets away with it, and he's made quite a bit of money doing that. So maybe it is worth doing that sort of content.
that's not sustainable.
My wife also has a master's degree. She has her own job as well.
Right.
But what? His wife has a master's degree, but then she's doing DoorDash?
You have an additional income. Thank goodness.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And thankfully,
He randomly starts talking about being impotent.
all our detractors say,
DSP
right? It's
or
always
Wings?
the worst possible nonsense.
I think Wings has talked about
They
this
have
before.
no idea what our real lives are like. Seriously, they have no fucking clue what our real lives are like, because if it was as bad as they said, we wouldn't be here, right? Like, we wouldn't be on this fucking planet. We wouldn't be able to keep sustaining if it was as bad as they think. They're just nuts. We have significant others who love us, who help us, who support us, who take care of us. These people are the worst dregs of society who would never even understand what love means.
She's a nurse who does charity work? I mean, well, she is married to Wings. That's the charity work.
Seriously, that's why they're able to hate someone on the internet as much as they do, because if they had love in their lives, they would not get it. They would not even understand that. So I'm happy to hear that she's there for you, and it's not just you doing everything. That's awesome.
And since we're doing like that, like, I don't feel like, another thing with the weight loss is like, I don't feel like I treat Kelly good enough as a husband because I don't have no libido, right? Like,
this is
like,
the
so like
impotency
our,
talk.
Our romantic life could be so much more, but my body just doesn't make the chemicals needed for me to like push for that kind of stuff. So like it ends up, I don't know.
I kind of enjoy like the on-screen chats of this guy that's like just for screen recording, and he's just like, no, don't say that. It reminds me of those Indian tech review videos where you like how to fix like fatal system error. Then you open up the video and it's like somebody opens up a text pad and they start typing like, "Hello, welcome to my video."
About this,
you shouldn't be talking about it publicly. That's for sure.
I just wish that I could be more than I am, right? Like I wish I had a more manly thing.
No, and dude, I get it, because every moment that I live,
he's fat.
And the reason a lot of people make fun of me is they say, Phil, you're talking about working out. You're talking about getting healthy. What a joke. We don't believe you. And then they look at me on camera. It's like, oh God, he's skinny. Yeah, of course I'm skinny. I'm not lying to you fucking idiots. I'm doing it for a reason, because I want to live.
DSP is not skinny. I'm surprised he's 175 pounds, but he's a bit of a chonky boy.
Longer for my wife. I'm older than her. Not so much older. I think it's about 8-year difference. I'm 43. I'm about to be 44 in April.
Because like
I'm
about to turn 40.
Okay.
I'm about to turn 40, and I'm starting to like look at movie actors that didn't live much fat. Like Dawson from Dawson's Creek died at 48 just recently.
Right.
And he wasn't a 400-pound land monster. And I'm like, dog, do I have 8 years left? Is that what it is? It's like you start thinking about that shit.
Yeah. And you get to the point where I was feeling bad. I really was. I had pain in my joints. I'm like,
It's wild that me and Jordy are the same age, basically. That's kind of crazy.
Doing? I'm over 40. I got to start working out. And I did it not for me. I don't care about how I look. What do I give a shit? I want to be here longer for my wife. I do. I want to be happy, healthy, taking care of her, and doing things that, I realized, why am I being so lazy?
All right, let's listen to the legacy of Darkside Phil and when Cat wakes up. I'll see this part. I'm not going to watch this whole screen.
I want to make
Let's hear his
a legacy that in 10 years, or 20 years, 30 years from now, someone stumbles upon Darkside Phil, because I know no one's going to care about me eventually. It's going to happen, right? But someone will find the channel and be like,
I'm not going to sit here and be delusional. Like anybody's going to show up to like one of my Red Sex streams 20 years from now. If that shit might get one view a year, right? It's like to me, it's like bubblegum content. Like you consume it right then and there, and once it goes out into the trash can, it's never to be seen again.
That's because you're playing Red Sec.
I mean, like
seriously,
right? But like, what's the difference between that and like Breath of the Wild?
Because, all right, I'll give you an example. All right,
You know what's crazy about DSP's channel, and this actually shocked me. When you go to his channel, when you go to DSP's channel, he has 68,000 videos. 68,000 videos. If you go to the average YouTuber that's successful has about 200 or 300 videos total. DSP has been trying to make it work with 68,000 videos. I actually, like, with the exception of like corporate companies, like T-Series or something that's like has multiple people working for it or something, I don't think any other channels that are owned by a single person have this many videos. And the insane thing to think about is that if DSP got 1 view on each of his videos per day, so like just under 70,000 views a day, that's actually enough to kind of retire on if if it's the right sort of content and they're like long enough videos. It's kind of crazy if he just was getting one view per video. But they're such slop content that a lot of his videos, like even if they're having 200,000 subscribers, like the average video is like 370 views, something like that. It's absolutely like it boggled my mind. I don't even understand how somebody has enough time. How many years has his channel been active though? It's been active for the last 16 years. So let me do the math on stream. Like 68,000 videos, divided by 16. So he's doing 4,000 videos a year on average. His average is 4,000 videos. Unlike one of my main channels, I barely do a video every 2 months. I'm actually very sad about it. So he's doing what? Divide that by what? He's doing on average 11 videos per day. 11 video, like actually it's under 12. It's just under 12 videos a day. It's 12 videos per day, every day, for 16 years. That's insane. I can't even understand it. Like, I think when I've worked my hardest, the most videos I got finished in one day was like 10 short videos. But he's doing that every single day. It's an amount of slop that just does not make sense. But I guess there's like zero editing and he just records it throughout the YouTube studio and it's automatically uploaded and he cuts up videos into like an hour video be cut up into like 10 videos or something. But it's crazy. And it's crazy that he has no legacy from this as well. Like that's the wildest thing is you think that he'd be getting like a lot of views. Oh, well, actually, you know what? 400,000 videos views a month isn't too bad, to be fair. I mean, not for 68,000 videos, but most YouTubers barely get a couple 100,000 a month. That's actually not too terrible, provided these aren't shorts. If they're long form content, that actually surprised me a little bit. Oh my goodness! But still, 68,000 videos.
Day, I'm streaming, and someone joins my stream, and do you believe them or not? I don't know. Someone says, "Wow, I just found your Heavy Rain playthrough."
Mm-hmm.
Heavy Rain, that came out in 2010. Yeah, I found your Heavy Rain playthrough, and I loved it. And I just decided to check out your live content. And to be honest, your content is nothing like it used to be. But that's cool to know that someone who did a playthrough of Heavy Rain when it came out in 2010 is still live streaming in 2026, And if you
Sweaty Man gifted 10 Wings of Redemption subs.
Truly make something that is representative of an honest reaction at the time that something is happening, then that content can be immortal.
That's super niche though. It's like let's take Burnt Peanut back into this conversation, right? How many people in the world right now do you think is watching Burnt Peanut's Arc Raider live stream from last week?
100?
It might be a couple thousand because he's so big, but like by the time that you get a year out, that stream is going to get the same views as like the Heavy Rain. You might convert one person over to a field, winner at that point.
Yeah,
right?
because like gaming content is so disposable. There's so many different people that are doing it. If you actually make meaningful content though, that's like just good things to watch, people will come back and watch it years and years into the future.
That happens, right? You find somebody that's into a really niche market and they find you and they just adapt to your personality. By the way, I'm sorry, Sweetie Man, thank you for the 15 gifted subs. Thank you so much. But that's a Bigfoot. That's what I call a Bigfoot. That's the exception, not the rule, right? The rule is 99.9995% of the people that interact with this content are going to do it when it comes, the day it comes out and the time, and that's when they're going to consume it. And very, very, very few people are ever going to
maybe for gaming content. I don't necessarily agree with this though.
That's correct. And
disagree.
You're always going to get the insane exponential, attention as soon as something comes out. You're right. But at the same time, what you're talking about Burnt Peanut and you're talking about online games. That's very different from a game that is.
Heavy Rain's
Heavy
Rain's is a game, right? But it's not that much different. That's a Let's Play-ish game, right? Because you weren't live streaming in 2010. You were actually doing Let's Plays in 2010.
Yep, that's right.
Because live streaming didn't really pop off until 2013, 2014.
And I was behind the curve.
That's when
I was
everything
late
went
to the
wrong.
game on live streaming. I was doing the on-demand videos for a very long time, and I was one of the prominent guys, particularly doing the narrative-based stuff, like the Heavy Rains, the Walking Dead. when it came out from Telltale Games, those games got me giant attention because I was reacting to narrative stories. And that's what I mean. Like, there's a difference today between someone who's reacting to or not reacting, but playing an online-oriented multiplayer experience. You're right. Today, if you play the first stream of a game, day one, you're going to get attention. Week 1, week 2, week 3, week 4, you need to have an audience who's plugged in. If you don't, they don't really care. No one's going to jump in. You know what I mean? Unless
The guy that's just screen recording this is saying this is like Joe Rogan for people with fetal alcohol syndrome.
they hear that, oh, he's doing something innovative with a
It's actually
multiplayer
some
game,
pretty
they're
fun
not going to
comments
jump
from
in.
this guy.
But when you do a
I guess
playthrough of
this is
something on launch day,
who's
that
this
is,
guy?
you know,
Meerkat
a
Mob?
one-time
That's his
experience.
screen
That
record?
day one, when I played Elden Ring, I stuck in the entry-level area, and I fought that stupid
Tree
Golden
Sentinel.
Knight guy. I forgot his
Tree
name.
Sentinel.
Until I beat him. You know, like, and everyone to this day still quotes it. Oh my God, Phil, you were an idiot, but it's the most entertaining
It's what
thing
people.
because
It's unique. It's what people remember it as. But like I
exactly.
want
He
to bring
died
this
36
up, though.
times
And like I think you're
and
disregarding this is like
Fucked up the whole
trends happen, especially in
premier
like
stream.
the online space. Like, and I'm gonna reference this. There's a girl that I know you
Meerkat's
watch.
been around for a while. The DSP people are like some of the most loyal and also, I guess, disloyal of people. If you're a DSP fan, you've been there for the longest time. There is no new DSP fans. And if you're a detractor, you've been there since day one. Like, if you're going to mess with the community, don't mess with the DSP community. They are absolutely rabid about their lolcow. They love and protect him like nothing else. I mean, they'll come at you. You got to watch out for the DSP people. Like, some of them are actually very dented.
She makes like
Which is
video
such a
content
fun
of
insult
old
to
games
say.
like
I'm sorry,
Juggernaut.
baby.
I love the word dented. It's so good. All right, his wife showed up now.
I'm sorry.
Yeah.
I am. I'm sorry. I was too loud, guys.
I gotta feel in trouble. But
Yeah,
Oh, the
I'm
wife
sorry.
got him.
My wife wants to go to sleep. I'm sorry, guys.
but
This is why I don't do this stuff at night, you know, and I didn't know I was being this loud, so I gotta go.
okay.
Honey, are you talking to the internet?
It was a
people
fun
again?
conversation, though. And this is why I would like to have you on my podcast.
He's
Meet
cat
my bestie.
whipped.
Well, can I finish this point before you leave?
Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. Well, I know you watch a content critical Early Bird, right?
Who?
You reference that like Early Bird. She's like she makes like old video games. It's like she does like little video essays on them. Well, like that's what's popular on YouTube right now, the video essay. And what's going to be popular 2 years from now might not be the video essay, but right now that's the new hotness, and that's what replaced Let's Plays. And Let's Plays still happen, but they're less popular than they were back in whatever year Let's Plays were popular. But like that's what I'm saying is like,
Can't he speak lower? Are they living in a tent? No, he's called in like while here in bed. So he's lying in bed with his phone having this conversation. He didn't go to the living room or anything. That's how I understand it.
the content you make now has to be ever forming and ever changing, and that's one of the parts I'm struggling with. Is because I know I can't make fucking video essays. I sound like fucking George Bush. I got a Southern accent, and I'm just witty.
Video essays are some of the easiest things that you can possibly make. That's why they're so popular. It's like if you can write an essay, you can write a video essay. You just write an essay about something you like. You put in a few gags, and then you just record it, read it, and put some B-roll on the back. It's like I can't be making like if you can't make video essays, what you mean is you can't do anything that requires effort. You just live stream because you show up, be a blow on camera, and open your mouth and wait for donations.
I think you can make
Oh my
video essays.
goodness.
It's just the problem is making that kind of content on YouTube today is so risky because you're at the mercy of the algorithm, where
What?
at any moment they could demonetize your video. I had a channel
Huh?
where I made video essays before
KO
they were
Gaming?
even called video essays.
But that doesn't make any sense because you're already making money on your channel through donations, right? So you can still just get the same donations. And if you're getting super chats and monetization on his channel, actually, is DSP's channel like demonetized? I wonder about that. Like if his 68,000 video channel is demonetized, well, that's an absolute shocker. That'd be so funny if it is. I hope it isn't for his sake.
You know, it was called KO Gaming, and I had a
Yeah, like,
million.
this is exactly what it is. If you don't want to make video essays, you just don't want to put any effort in. Because people think you have to record, script. Well, I mean, not in that order. You know, then just put some gameplay footage in the back. Like it's so easy. There's a reason that the video essays like started off as people just running around playing like CS:GO or some shit, or doing like the knife surfing videos. It didn't even matter what's in the background, honestly. People just wanted to, like, that's how Leafy became so popular. He just had to rambling while the thing on screen didn't even matter.
Million view video, and within 5 months of me working hard on that channel, it got demonetized for no reason. You know, it's just not worth it. The money today is with live streaming, not with the video essays, unless you find success with the algorithm, which
I mean,
is
this just simply isn't true. It just depends on if you've got any quality. Like, if you live stream, I think live streaming is very effective if you have a very small amount of people that have a lot of money. So in DSP's case, it makes sense. But like people like Turkey Tom, like he was bragging about how his best month he was making $100,000 a month. The money is not in live streaming unless you're a massive, massive live streamer. Now DSP does punch above his weight, but that's because he's in this very unique situation of being in like one of the original lolcows.
very rare. And even then, when you find that success, it's fleeting. It's not long term. You know what I mean?
I
Like
100% agree. I 100% agree with you because I can think of a guy right now named Clown that he did a lot of Elden Ring video essays, and I loved him to death. And he's quit YouTube at this point because they take so much time and energy to make. And at the end of the day, it's like you got to hit a home run every time you make one. If you have one that underachieves, you put 40 hours of your life into something that didn't make you no money.
I mean, this just isn't true with Jet Life in general, because typically you make all your money through the Pareto principle, where 80% of your work, 20% of your work, it provides 80% of your income. And this is very much the case with YouTube videos. You have like 1 in 10 video like really pops off and makes a lot of money and covers you on these bad things. Now, if you have 10 videos in a row that stink and you don't get anything to pop off, yeah, that's wasted effort. But it's one of those deferred gratification things. Whereas live streaming is very, very much appeals to instant gratification, because if someone drops a $20 super chat, you know that you've just got like $20. But by a wide margin, making long form content is the best maker for money on YouTube. Now, it's not from ad revenue. Typically, it's like you want to have like 40% of your ad revenue being 40% of your income should be from ad revenue. The rest should be through sponsorships, partnerships, or your own products. But again, all of these take effort that they're unwilling to put into this, which is why they're in this situation in the first place.
Exactly. And imagine that's your business. And then all of a sudden, you know, it one day it's good, 1 month it's good, 6 months it's good, and then all of a sudden it's taken away from you for no reason. You didn't even do anything wrong.
That's life, though. That can happen to literally anybody.
It's just gone. And that's why I stopped doing that on-demand shit. Like, I used to only do on-demand videos. And when I saw stuff getting demonetized, I was like, nah, I'd much rather have a live audience contribute to what I'm doing, and that way they can't just steal that from me. So,
well, they can.
Anyway,
you still get demonetized.
But yeah, I gotta go, man. It was a good one though. I wish I could get you on my
Skill
show.
issue?
I wish that
Actually is a skill issue. That's very true. Is Upgraders fun? I think I want to try it. I want to play it. Actually, I'm going to play Mugenics. That looks like a lot of fun. Maybe I'll do a gaming stream this weekend if I don't go out. No promises though, because I actually might have some other things to do. I have to go ice skating, chat. Girlfriend watched a bunch of ice skating videos in the Olympics, and now she's like, oh, I want to do ice skating. I'm like, oh, okay. But that's actually fun, because I love ice skating. I'm actually a very good ice skater. In fact, my entire family is very good at ice skating, but that's another story for another day. Speaking of another stories for another day, holy shit. I need to tell you guys about my accountant's fundoshi. Like, how do I describe this? I think I'll retell this story at a later date, but like, I'll tell it right now. So, what's the most... Okay, this is the best way to describe it. This is probably the one that won't get me demonetized. All right, this is a fundoshi. So a fundoshi is basically a Japanese thong. And I found out my accountant wears this. Not only does he wear this as a form of underwear, he wears a pink one. And you might say, how do you know what your accountant's underwear is? Well, I had a meeting with him yesterday in my office, at my office, not inside my office, but at my office, in the lounge area. And we're doing the end of year tax review stuff. So he's sending me all the information for the tax review stuff, and we're going over all the figures and everything. He's a very unique individual, as the chat knows. Anyway, at this particular moment, he decides to like put his arms up like this, and he leans back in his chair, and his shirt pulls up. His shirt pulls up a little bit. And we're sitting next to each other because we're both looking at his laptop where he has all the figures, right? And then, because his stomach is now exposed, I see like the top of what can only be a Japanese fundoshi. And like, it's just like through my peripheral vision, but I see it. I'm like, no, that can't be right. And then like just continue talking about business work stuff. But then later in the conversation, he does it again. He like does another, like, he's like, oh. And then I had to know. So I did the quick like glance down. I was like, glance down. Like he actually is wearing a pink fundoshi. I'm not shitting you. He wants the crack? No, I don't think so. I don't think so. He wanted me to see it. I think maybe he wanted me to see it, but I don't think he's gay. It's such a fucked up thing though. Like this accountant, I don't know what to do, Chads. Like what are you gonna do with him? He's good. He's a good accountant though. He's very sneaky. And it's good to have a sneaky accountant. It's just like I'm trying to focus on the figures for the end of the quarter or some shit. I think I'm gonna ask Max about this. Maybe he'll give me some information about this. This guy's a very interesting character though. Sumo display. I've done sumo. I did sumo a few weeks ago. It was a lot of fun. There's a new sumo experience. As long as he's good at his job. Well, he is good at his job. That's the thing. He's taught me all these sneaky ways to save money on taxes, we'll call it. Get the accountant on stream? I don't think so. I think I'm going to leave this section of my life completely separate, and I'll just report on him. Back to the stream, not to any people's or something. An accountant that doesn't tuck in his shirt. He doesn't wear a suit. That's the like. I guess I should have told you this as well. He just wears like khakis and like a short sleeve t-shirt, a fedora, and like a scarf. He's a very unique individual, especially for a Japanese man. Are you calling him? Yes, he's a very sneaky Japanese person. He's one of the reasons I don't think he's gay is that he's keep telling me about his love quest, because he's trying to find like a part-time girlfriend, because he's been married to the same woman since he was in high school, but they live in separate houses. His wife is like a curator for a museum or something, and they only see each other on the weekends. And I think they've like I have no idea why they're even married, but that's like part of the entire like the accountant law. Maybe one day I'll drop the entire accountant law thing. It's like it's very weird though. I'm very concerned, increasingly so. Your accountant's straight up from One Piece, and he wears a one piece too. He does actually, yes, he would look very at place in a one piece. That's actually one of the things. It's probably for tax purposes. Maybe. I mean, some Japanese people do wear like the traditional clothes like this. It's just such a weird thing. It's just such an odd thing. It's like it's almost like a Seinfeld like gag. It's so stupid, like the sniffing accountant or something, you know. All right, guys. I think I'm going to go to bed after watching another episode of Game of Thrones. So we'll get back to you maybe with some gaming tomorrow. I'm not sure. I think if I can't find anything to talk about, we might do a gaming stream tomorrow. I also try and do an evening stream for the American people. So I hope you enjoyed. I hope you enjoyed this foray into the DSP sector. Is my accountant Master Roshi? Actually, he's very Master Roshi coded, I will say. He's a bit of a lech. Biomugenics, I'm thinking about it. All right, guys. Peace. Have a good one. Watch out for your account.